what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Costa Bros. I'm gonna bring in the bros right now. We got a couple of them in the bullpen. This we're gonna bring it up SoCal. What's
What's
going on,
up?
SoCal? And then we're gonna bring in the big boy. Big boy's back. What's going on? And last but not least, we got two wallets.
Oh, look at that.
Wire.
Wow, look at that guy. He got a fresh cut and a flag. What?
Ooh, look at this guy. No wonder why he said 3 minutes. He didn't give me like 5 minutes.
Because Amazon
Finish the last couple things in your hair.
Wow.
No,
We need that Andre 3000 looks so fresh and so clean.
Yeah.
before we get started here, I just want to say all the glory to God because I am actually able to be in a seated position without feeling pain after an injury to my spine. And I just want to say I thank God that I'm able to do the show with you guys today. I love you all. And we got some good stuff to talk about tonight, right?
That's right. Give you applause for that right there because, yeah, we were out for a week because we were just down. We had a couple people were busy for some stuff, and then my man Two Wallets was laying in bed saying, "I can't do the show." I was like, "No worries." So we got a couple questions from last week that we'll answer. A video question. We'll get that later in the show, but I was laughing because offline, man, I can put a show together with all the audio you guys had from offline for the last 2 days. I should just put a show. Goodbye, guys. I'm gonna put a recording, guys. We're just gonna be here listening to it. Oh my goodness, you guys were going crazy. Let me tell you, I've never seen all three of you just go berserk for a league that's not playing on the field. All off season. On paper, it looks good on paper. So of course we are talking NFL free agency. We'll get to a couple other things in the show. I got some notable stuff about the spring league that's coming up and a new Hall of Famer just inducted into in fact about an hour ago. So but first things we're going to get to, and I'm going to show this to you guys. Ready? Here you go. Ready? Restless in Seattle is the title of this show. Russell Wilson is leaving Seattle. I saw that. I go, oh, perfect for the show.
That's wrong right there. You got to defeat Carol. That's dogged out.
They're wrong for that.
So
That's wrong.
If you guys are listening to this on the podcast version, go onto YouTube and go check out what we put on there. It was great. I saw it on there. I was loving it. So Russell Wilson gets traded to Denver, one of my rivals, for the barn. Boy, did they give up a lot to get the quarterback. I was shocked. I couldn't. What do you guys think? I mean, we'll talk. We'll start off with the SoCal. Let's see. What are you thinking?
I mean, I was on Twitter when it happened. I mean, yesterday I was on Twitter pretty much all day, knowing that stuff was going to go down in the NFL, being that it's a week before free agency, and tendencies are that's when stuff starts to get hot. So I was on there just, trolling the water, seeing what was going on, and then boom, it hit, man. And me and Two Wallace were just on fire with each other on Messenger, and then I was going crazy all over Twitter. It was just wild. Even though that him going to Denver doesn't affect me, and like I was telling Big Boy a little bit ago, I still don't think they're going to do anything in Denver. So it doesn't really have any bearing to me. I mean, Russell is a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but he's not going to take you to the Super Bowl. So it is what it is to me. It was a good move for Denver to get a name because that's what they're known to do is get names. But other than that, it was a splash for a day. That's all. Took the glory away from Aaron Rodgers a little bit.
A little bit.
Hey, the funniest part of yesterday? I posted a video, and I'll post it on my Twitter account again, and that's a Dolphin Show. The funniest video that I saw yesterday was the Wilson video with Pete Carroll in the water drowning, screaming out, "Wilson!" That was the funniest video ever.
Yeah, I believe we have it also on the Facebook link,
Sports Daddy.
Sports Daddy TV on the Facebook also. So just check it out. It's up there.
I reposted that like 4 or 5 times.
I think that's one of our
so comedy. It was hilarious. There was another video I think I posted to you guys in our private chats, but when Aaron Rodgers went back to Green Bay, and they got old boy from, I forgot his name, man. I'm sorry, but he says it's my turn. You said it's my turn.
Hey, this is what Jordan Love said when he walked into that.
Yeah, I just thought...
he said, "Ah, man, that's what you get. That's what you get.
Yeah,
all that money." But
yeah, man, I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. So for the Seahawks trade, real quick, Seahawks are going to get 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, a 5th round, Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, and Noah Fant, Russell Wilson, and a 4th-round pick going to Denver. That's a lot. That's a lot of. That's your farm. So let's go with Big Boy. What you thinking about this trade?
I think the biggest winner out this trade is Sierra. She's gonna get a lot more shows in Denver than she did in Seattle. Yeah. I want to understand where Russell just went to. He went to where your boy is at. Patrick Mahomes is waiting for. Justin Herbert is getting better every year, and Derek Carr ain't no slouch himself. That is an extremely tough division. Now, in fact, the only team that didn't go positive in that division last year was the Broncos. And the thing is, yes, you got a good team. You got a shot for like 1 or 2 years. You got a shot for literally 1 or 2 years. It's bang or bust over there. I just feel like I said, Sierra won that trade because even with Seattle getting that haul back, the Broncos will still have a decent enough record to push it later back into the first round. It might as well be early second round picks. I don't think Russell's going to make too big of a splash. I think he's just going to sell out. Big market free agency, big market talent in the building. And that's why I'm going to leave that. I'm going to pass it to my man with that fresh haircut over there.
All right, T-Wallet.
All right. So just to keep it short and sweet, you guys were a bad team. Let me rephrase that. You guys were 1 quarterback away and injuries away from being a good team. You now have, in my humble opinion, the best quarterback in the NFL. Yeah, I said it. I have loved this guy ever since the 3rd drive of the Super Bowl that he won. I said Russell Wilson's got it, and I saw the baton be passed from Peyton Manning to him. So that's just how I feel about Russell Wilson now. The only guy that I feel bad that they traded was Noah Fant, but at the same time, they still got a few picks. So with a 4th round pick, if they get the 3rd or 4th best tight end, all they need is a blocking tight end. And if they get Von Miller back in Denver, I'm sorry, I already said it. They're a 10-plus win team with Russ. Does anybody else argue that?
No, but they still got to get past. They still got to get past the Bills. They still got to get past the Chiefs. They still got to get past a lot of people that they're not going to be able to get past. I don't care who they got, dude. I mean, to Wallace, I really don't. What are they going to do?
I mean,
who are they going to? Even if they go get him, what are they going to do?
Okay, Buffalo Bills has a new offensive coordinator with a defensive head coach, which means they're going to change the way their offense. They're not going to look the same as last year. So his stats are going to come down a bit. We'll see if he's as great as we all think he is. Okay? Because we all think he's great. Now he's got to prove it switching offensive corners. That always happens. It always goes, or unless you have one of those very, very intelligent quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, who go into a new system and just get it right away. He's still a young quarterback. I just want to congratulate, as far as free agency, I want to congratulate the Chiefs. They just shored up their offensive line by tagging their guy. You guys got your guy back. That is huge.
I'll get into that in a minute. But let me give my takes on the Russell Wilson thing. Dude's coming off a career low. Worst season ever. 3,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Yeah, he doesn't have an offensive line. I get it. But, I've seen a lot of quarterbacks don't have offensive line do a little bit better than that.
I mean, you know what? That was terrible.
All right. I don't believe getting one quarterback. Now, are they going to be good? Yeah, they may be decent. They're going to finish third. Congratulations. You're going to be above the Raiders. Okay? Because the only thing that scares me in the division, other than Andy Reid's play calling, is the Chargers with Justin Herbert. Because unlike my boy SoCal, I like Justin Herbert. I believe Justin Herbert is the best quarterback from that draft, but we all have different opinions on that whole thing. Okay, as he got Tua, but
Tua.
So I don't think he's gonna do is he gonna be Peyton Manning and win a Super Bowl in Denver? No, I don't think so. I don't think he will. Do I see this team? Yeah, congratulations. You probably now gone to maybe 8-9 win team. I don't see them making the playoffs. Okay, they got a rookie head coach. Who knows if he can even coach? I don't think this team was that great last year, and I don't think they're going to get Von Miller. I don't think Von Miller is going to go back home to Denver. So I'll put 3 cases on this fact that the Chiefs will win this division next year, the Chiefs or Chargers, and Denver will finish third. I'll put 3 full cases. Does anybody want that now?
Oh, sugar stamps.
Yeah. Mr. Batman down there.
Can we hammer that home?
We hammer it.
Hammer it. Joey about to have diabetes for real.
Tattoo it.
For real.
Hey, tattoo
it on that deal, people. There's a green light on that deal.
Man.
Hammer that in. Can we get that written down? And let's start over all the bets from right now.
I will replay this video.
Wow.
From this point right here and say, hey.
How many cases was this?
3 cases.
He brought out the hammer.
Hammer it in.
Man, you better bring out a straw.
All
them sodas.
I know.
Oh, but hold on. But the good thing is for his sodas, they're zero, the Coke Zero.
Coke Zero, 0 calories.
Oh, so you don't need a straw then, D.
0 calories.
Right, so he don't need a straw.
I do the Gatorade minis, and then Big Boy does the is it ice?
Yeah.
Ice. So
hey, if we do cases for me, we're gonna be doing Ovaltine because that's all I'm down for. I just want to give me a case of Ovaltine, baby. I want that.
What that is?
What?
You guys still haven't shown me what that is.
It's the world best chocolate milk. It has minerals and iron and everything in it. It's bomb.
Grown-up chocolate milk. Put that.
Yes,
way.
sir.
Minerals and iron.
It's got all the great stuff in it for you, Joey. It's for old people, but it's great. It's great.
Over 40.
Yeah.
Am I drinking this up for me?
Ovaltine is amazing.
All right. So the next free agency I saw was a guy from Tennessee going home, I guess you want to say. Harold Landry, get a 5 years, $87 million to $87.5 million contract. So what you thinking, Titan man?
I honestly did not believe. The whole offseason, I've been telling everybody, I think we might have to because it's going to be too expensive. I honestly thought he was going to be a 5-year, $117 million guy. I thought he was going to hit that 20 mil. But when I saw that he hit that 5 for 87, I'm like, oh my goodness, hometown discount. I was so excited. As soon as I heard it, I text SoCal. I'm like, SoCal, we got Harold Landry. And SoCal wanted him too. And I'm still upset because I wanted Gesicki, who he got to keep. So we both got to keep our guys.
Yeah.
And I also would like to report I got to keep Westbrook. Westbrook is our slot wide receiver. He had 2 game-winning touchdowns this last season. I'm happy. We got to keep Westbrook in the slot. We don't know about Julio Jones. There is some speculation. I want to see DK Metcalf come back and tag team with the man, and let's get Ole Miss back together. Let's get Ole Miss back together in Tennessee.
Oh.
Anybody else got anything about this guy going to Tennessee?
I mean, I wanted him. I mean, I didn't keep it a secret. I let everybody on Twitter know. I let Tu Wallace know. With Agba being coming to be a free agent, he did not sign with Miami or did not get tagged by Miami. I don't think Miami isn't going to end up signing him long term. I have my reservations about Agba. I know the fan base in Miami love him. I think some of them just are too emotionally connected, and they're not seeing it from an objective standpoint. And I don't know if we can't find somebody to replace him. Obviously, I want him because I want talent there. I don't want to just plug him with a guy. But I definitely wanted Henry. I definitely wanted him because I thought with his age and with his upside and his sack totals, I thought that was a guy that Miami was going to be able to get. And I was so happy when they didn't franchise tag him. And then later, on Twitter, I'm like, damn, they got him. Damn, they signed him long term. So that kind of took the sails out underneath my wings for a minute there. But there's other guys that are out there that I'm liking. I like Dante Fowler Jr. I like there's other guys out there that I'm starting to look into. So we'll see what happens, man. But it's gonna be fun. I know that much.
So, what you got, big one?
When it comes to your team, whoever's on your defense, you need to bring them back. Simple as that. If somebody's contract is up on your defense, you put them right back on the team. Tell them how much you want. Go ahead, slide them on that and put a number on that. Because that's how much it's worth to me.
Yeah, we're letting go of Jackrabbit. We're letting go of Jackrabbit for sure.
What?
That'll be coming up here in the next couple of days.
Sugar snaps.
Sugar snaps.
Banky.
Trying to keep kid friendly. But I ain't know about that because I haven't been checking any team like that. I've been going through some hardships looking at my team.
No, I get you.
All right, so let's get into your team. You guys offered 2 first rounds, a second round, 2 third, Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley to Seattle, and they said no. Personally, I think that was probably a better deal than what they got. Because, I mean, in general, I think I like to get Saquon and they get Daniel Jones and they get a little bit more. So, I actually would have probably went with that deal than the Denver deal. But so what's up? You guys come out and said that you guys are behind Daniel Jones, but now you guys starting to trade him?
I've said it in the group chat that the Giants knew that Daniel Jones is not that guy, and that trade proved my word. I feel bad for the fact that they all came out and say that, yes, he's our guy, knowing good and well that nobody really wants him up in there. You see how fast they was wanting to trade him? See how fast they was willing to trade this man. I'm like, you got this new coach coming in. Let him go get his people. Don't force him to play the hands that somebody else has gotten for him. And now we are strapped our backs against the cap. We can't make no moves right now. If we're going to make a move, it's going to be because we have restructured some contracts. We have to let some people go. But I'm sorry, but Saquon got to go. A lot of people got to go on that team if we want to make some ends meet. But I understand why Seattle didn't take that trade, because you don't trade a top-notch quarterback within the same conference. You want to send them across the other way where you don't have to worry about them until you make it to that last game of the season.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not in their same division. So, I mean, you're not going to see the chances of you actually seeing them in a playoff game is going to be, I mean, they're basically, they're sellers, right? They're sellers and they're selling the market. They're selling everybody. They're going to they got rid of Wagner. They're trying to get rid of DK. Pete Carroll's probably on his way out, probably his last year. So they're giving everybody away. Allen's like, you know what? Time to rebuild from the bottom up. And I agree with the whole thing because I was telling SoCal that Mike McDaniel sounds like he's actually putting his hand and everything into it and saying, I'm gonna go with Tua. And he's doing everything to show that, yes, Tua's my guy. I didn't draft him, but that's okay. I'm going to stick with him because I know a lot of coaches say, yeah, I didn't draft this guy. I'm leaving. There's not a lot of coaches that actually will stay with what they got.
That's unfair.
It
Thank
has.
you.
That's what
No.
happened.
The way you phrase that, I'm sorry. Just give me 3 seconds here. You just put Jones and Tua in the same sentence. I would like you to retract that.
No, I'm not
Because
gonna
Tua is
retract that.
way better than Daniel Jones.
Say that again. Say that again to Wallace, because I want to hear it, and I want the people in the back to hear that.
Tua is way better than Daniel Jones. I don't care if he runs the middle of fields and falls down. I don't care if he has a good deep ball. I don't care if he went to Peyton Manning camp. That dude is nowhere near Tua's level. It showed in college. It showed in the pros. Right. And it's going to show with Mike McDaniels, hopefully.
I agree with you. I'm just saying in general, when you get a new football head coach in the team, he does not want whatever quarterback's in the cupboard. He wants to go shop for a quarterback. The only coach I've seen so far that said, hey, I want to work with this quarterback is the guy in Miami. Yeah, that I truly believe. Daniel Jones, that's smoke and mirrors. Oh, yeah. We saw
that letter that they wrote was amazing about Daniel Jones. That letter was such a love letter. I could not believe yesterday that it came out that they wanted to trade him. I was like, after that letter, are you serious? That's worse than what the Cardinals did to Josh Rosen, saying, hey, he's our guy, and then shipping him out for a second.
Right.
That was like
in the first year after drafting him.
That was like, that's blasphemous.
I heard this.
So it wasn't bad.
I heard this on ESPN or maybe Fox Sports or somebody. If you want to give a guy his worth, you say, we want him. We want to keep him. That gives his worth up. Maybe even it was Tua Wallace that said it. So you're going to say, I want to keep him. He's our quarterback. And then, oh, really? How much you going to get? How much would you willing to get rid of?
But if you say you're going to get rid of him, he's not worth anything.
I understand saying it in the media with your voice on a news clip. But they went 5 steps ahead of that and wrote a freaking page article in the paper about how he was treated negatively in the past administration and how they were going to do things differently, singing a love letter to the guy.
It's
and
the New York Post, though.
It's New York.
It doesn't matter. It still was said by the new GM. So as the new GM's doing that, he's over here burning him to the ground, trying to get trade offers for the guy. To me, that looks like a dirty dude to me.
Hey, man.
He's a manipulator.
Look. I remember I was told this one time. You know, you hugging, you and your girls have problems or whatever, which none of us do, but it's just in theory. When they give them you a hug, they hugging you, but they really looking behind your shoulder to see what's out there. And that's all that letter was. It was, I'm going to write this letter, but what's really out there? What could I get?
It just took me off guard, and I was like, first thing I thought about when I saw that is, I bet Big Boy pissed. But no, he's happy. He like, yeah, get rid of him.
Gotta go.
Oh, man.
Gotta go.
Anytime I hear about Giants, I think automatically about Big Boy now.
It's just, yes, he had some good moments, but he has way more bad moments than he does good moments.
Yeah.
And on that level of inconsistency trending down, you can't play for me. I'm sorry. You've proven that you just can't do it right here, right now. You can probably try again with a different team, but right here is not for you. I'd have been better with any other quarterback or even young guy. I'd have taken Fitzpatrick or Trubisky. Either one of them would have did it for me.
Which is crazy is Trubisky look like he's going to end up as a Colt.
I know. That's a scary thought.
All right. So
I'm not one of those people that think that Mitchell Trubisky is all that bad. Remember, he took the Bears to the playoffs twice as their starting quarterback with a coach that everybody thought was garbage. Imagine if he gets with Frank Wright and he ends up being that guy that we all saw in college.
Yeah.
With
that running game?
Look, so Cal, you said yourself, I want Brian Gable because of his ability to natural develop quarterbacks. Well, guess what? Frank Wright is on that same level, and he just sat with Brian Gable for a whole year.
Brian Dable. Yeah.
Sorry, Brian Dable.
Yeah,
he just sat with him for a whole year, and then he's going to go to Frank Wright?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with you, man. It's craziness.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah.
So a couple of things as far as the Chiefs go. Yes, they franchise tag Orlando Brown, which obviously, I mean, you got a $50 million quarterback. You got to make sure you protect him.
You know, I didn't realize, Daniel, that you guys signed your quarterback for 10 years.
Yep.
10 years, dude. I saw that yesterday. I was like, Damn, they didn't do a 5, they did 10.
Oh, they did 10. And I have a couple things in my final thoughts about that contract that I'll get to. But we also re-signed Josh Gordon, which I knew that was going to happen. I knew when they released him at the end of the year, they were going to resign. They were going to bring him back. They want a full year with him if he can stay clean. Put it that way. Just basically, just to be blunt, he can stay clean and have a nice offseason with that offense, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, that maybe they can do something. I've heard rumors about Gronkowski coming to like 3 different teams: Chiefs, the Titans. I think it was the Bengals. Yeah. I think I even heard the Bills. I mean, I've heard that he wants to go to one of those teams. So we'll see with that. But then the other surprising thing I saw was, yes, Carson Wentz went to Washington. And who wants to talk about that one? Carson Wentz.
Poor Carson Wentz.
Poor Carson Wentz.
Poor Carson Wentz. What are they going to do?
What? Poor Washington.
What is Washington?
Okay.
What is Washington?
Okay, if we're going to have a serious conversation about that.
Hold on.
Go ahead. I'll let Wallace go. I'll rebuttal your destruction. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't like Wentz. But think about the quarterback they just had and what they asked him to do. They just asked him to be himself. They don't have a structured offense. They have a let loose offense. That fits Carson Palmer. The Philadelphia Eagles, when they were there, they had a structured offense. That didn't fit Carson Palmer. He went to the Indianapolis Colts. They had a structured offense. That does not fit Carson Wentz.
Because you're stuck
in the 90s. Go to that offense with that receiver, that running back, and that tight end. Look, he's good for 20 and 20. 20 picks, 20 touchdowns. That's really what I see right now with him.
He's good for make you look good against bad teams and lose drastically against good teams.
Agreed.
That's what he's gonna do. So that trade, I applaud the Colts for getting from underneath him. But other than that, there ain't nothing positive about that move except for the Colts getting draft picks.
Is he better than Heineke?
I don't know, because I actually think Heineke's good. I actually think if they would have committed to him full time and not had the Tua-esque, hey, somebody's over your head, somebody's going to replace you kind of mentality, I actually think the guy could have been elite. And I still do. I still do think he can be. I think he has the ability. He just needs the confidence. Quarterbacks need confidence. Listen, quarterbacks need confidence. They need a coach and an organization to say, we believe in you. Don't worry, nobody's stealing your job. And if you have that and they build around you, you could do something. If they don't do that, you're not going to play up to your ability because you're worried about it all the time. I think you're going to, like, if we're talking about that with Tua, you're going to see a difference in Tua this year. I believe it full on. I think you're going to see a completely different Tua, and he already had the best accuracy, the most accuracy in the NFL. So now you're going to see him step his game up even more. Heineke gets that same love in a year or another club. People are going to look back and say, "Man, what was Washington stupid for this?"
I actually think Heineke is actually a really good quarterback. He was starting to show a little something last season. Something that Carson Wentz wasn't doing too much of. I'm sorry, but Carson Wentz went to a team that wanted him, and he didn't perform up to the level that they expected. Period. I think he had like 3 blockbuster games, and the rest is like, what are we doing here? He had a phenomenal running game to back him up. Phenomenal. They ain't asked much of Wentz. Just keep the ball out of the other team's hands. That's all. I think that was pretty doable. The defense was there. They was controlling their own destiny to a playoff round, and they busted. Not because of the team, but because Wentz just couldn't get it done. Mm-hmm. Like you said, Wentz is really good against bad teams, but when he comes to teams on his level and above, he is not there. And that's right there is going to be the killer of any team. If you have a quarterback that cannot perform when he is going toe-to-toe to somebody else on his level, then what you really doing well here? Why are you really touching this field? They out here playing football. He over there trying to find himself.
So I watched the Hard Knocks episode this whole season with Carson Wentz and the Colts. And yeah, he finally had the coach that wanted him. Frank White's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this guy because I love him in Philly. I'm gonna bring him in, and it's like this. I guarantee he gets hurt again. That's basically what I'm gonna look at. It's guarantee he's gonna get hurt. Heineke, start warming up now because he's gonna get hurt. Second of all, we all saw what he's not good under pressure. That game he needed to win, they got blown out by Jacksonville. Period.
By Jacksonville.
And how many games did Jonathan Taylor save him in? He had the great offensive line. Mm-hmm. And because when we saw that they couldn't run the ball, he couldn't do anything. And he had great receivers and a great offensive line in Indianapolis. Now he's gonna go to Washington, who has garbage. So I don't know. I mean, in that division, maybe third, but most likely last.
Well, I think you got to go against the Cowboys and the Eagles. Mm-hmm. I mean, good luck. Good luck.
So what you're gonna pencil them 2 wins against the Giants at least? Maybe.
Okay, so then let me ask you guys this question because I'm looking at Heineke's stats: 20 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 7 fumbles, and 3,400 yards passing. So we don't think Carson Wentz can do better with that receiving core if they draft another wide receiver, which is looking like they may do.
No,
I think that you need an emotional player, which Heineke is. If you watch them play, I mean, you have the TV channel where it plays all the games when it's coming down to the red zone thing. So I'm sure you saw him play in a couple of games or a couple of series at least.
I've seen him play 4 times this year.
Okay, so I watched a couple of his whole games. The guy is also is an emotional, ramped up leader. He is a raw quarterback, something that not a lot of guys have, and definitely Carson Wentz does not have. Carson Wentz is kind of even keel most of the time. And the fact that Heineke, how you say his name? Heineke is an emotional leader, that goes a long way with the players. And I just think Washington might have just shot themselves in the foot by not giving this kid another chance. That's my only fear, because I think Carson Wentz is an injury-prone quarterback, so he's going to miss games, and a lot of them. So, I mean, every team he's been on so far, he's been hurt. So, I mean, it's not an if, it's when with him. So you better have a really good backup quarterback for that guy.
Okay. So my reasoning that I think Carson Wentz might actually be a good fit is because he kind of goes against the grain, and Washington needs a big play quarterback, and that's really all Carson Wentz has ever been good for when healthy. Now, you guys already know Carson Wentz is my bottom 5 in the league quarterback. But going to that offensive line with those receivers, that tight end, they're going to draft another wide receiver and that running back. Their talent is – the offensive coaching in Indianapolis is better than the offensive coaching in Washington. But if you take him out of that structure and say just go play ball, which is what they're going to do pretty much, I think that kind of fits his style.
I mean,
that's not a structured offense in Washington at all.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, time is the tailor. So, I mean, we'll find out for sure.
So, do you think?
He's the second best quarterback in that division, right?
Second best. Against Dak, and against who's the Eagles quarterback? I forgot his name.
Daniel Jones, Hurts.
Oh, I think Hurts is better.
Not better than Hurts.
I think Hurts is better.
Third.
I think he's third best.
It's a flip-flop between Daniel Jones and Wentz, and depends on what they decide to do with because if what the Giants get, if the Giants go after get a veteran quarterback, then he's going to drop. He's going to be one of the worst quarterbacks there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the Commanders will have a better season with Wentz than they did with Heineke last year?
No,
I think they will. For some weird reason, I think that guy fits them.
Wentz had 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 picks, and a 94.6 passing rating. That's his third. If you combine, that's his third highest. His highest was 1.2 in Philly. Back in 2019. So or 2018. But I mean,
that's the MVP year.
Yes, it's MVP. Yeah. So I mean, 3,500 is the third most passing yards he's actually had since 2016. So in a 5-year span, and that was with Frank Wright. All of these were with Frank Wright. So that's what I'm saying. New coach, new somebody else, new receivers, new everything. I don't see him. I mean, like I said, Heineke, start warming up.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Daniel.
All right, but I got a question. I got a question here from Romero. Any teams interested in Amari Cooper?
The Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins, baby. And I already got a figure getting ready to get painted with him. This is going to turn into my Miami Dolphin Amari Cooper as soon as we get him. And I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for you guys to let him go. Just waiting. Just waiting, Romero.
So Amari Cooper or DK Metcalf? You can only have one.
If I can, well, see,
he can have Amari. He can have Amari.
No, but here's the thing with the DK Metcalf. After yesterday, I don't believe now today that he's gonna leave. I don't believe that, especially with the news that if Deshaun Watson actually gets cleared, that Seattle's going to be heavily invested in getting him, and they obviously have the draft picks to do it now. So if that's the case, they're going to want somebody to throw the ball to. That's going to be DK. So in that case and scenario, I'm going with Cooper all day. Bring his butt back to Miami. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bring that native back. Miami Dolphin Nation will be hype.
And then, can you please call your guys and tell them to go sign Juju too?
No, Juju's coming to Kansas City.
Juju. Listen. I want Juju. Listen, I'm a Trojan diehard, and I want Juju really, really bad. But Juju has already said multiple times he wants to be a Chief. So
Kansas City.
He is going to Kansas City if Kansas City wants him, because that's the only place that dude wants to be.
Yep, you're just going to come to Kansas City. I
41 catches.
That offense is going to be nasty.
As
soon as you had that dude, you can't cover them all, bro.
Remember,
you cannot cover them all.
We talked about this offline, right? Oh, I'm ruining you guys' parade because I don't get hyped up about what's going on. Off-season stuff.
Yeah.
If we get Juju, I'm probably going to be hyped up. Because
he's going to be dancing down the stairs in his underwear.
Okay? It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, next week, SoCal's going to be excited running down the street in his underwear. Don't worry. Because I know we're going to do some stuff in Miami, and I'm ready for it. I'm waiting.
We got this right here from Frog Legs. If we can get the Dolphins to be good again this season, I'll get a tattoo.
Hey man, me too.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Look. I got a tattoo on this hand, and I tell everybody right now, if the Miami Dolphins get just give me a one playoff game next year, I'm getting a logo right here on this hand in full color, baby, custom full color. I will do it. Hey, there's a Dolphin fan. I don't remember his name, but he's on Twitter. He got a Dolphin logo on his neck this week and posted it on there. And I thought, man, that was nasty.
So in about 4 years, you're gonna get a Super Bowl championship Miami Dolphin tattoo before the season starts.
I got the championship belt.
But you're gonna get a tattoo that says World Champion, whatever. Before the season starts.
Like the Bengal fans.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not doing it before. I ain't doing it before, but I'll do it after for sure, man. I'm a Dolphin diehard. Everybody knows that. SoCal and the Dolphins, we go deep, man. I love all my Dolphins. And yeah, man, if the Miami Dolphins win a Super Bowl, I'm doing a whole back piece. You kidding me? A whole back piece.
Okay.
And that's a big back, baby. That's a big back. That's a lot of space.
I'm not a Juju guy, but let me just run over this real quick. 2017, 58 catches for 917. Then he had 111 for 1426. Then he got hurt, had 42 for 522. Then again, after the hurt season, 97 for 831. Last year, what did he do last year?
He was hurt.
15 for 129.
He was hurt.
So rookie year, good, bad, good, bad. So
I think what you're missing, Joey, to all this with Juju Smith-Schuster, one thing you're missing is the guy is amazing in the middle of the field. And the other thing yes, go look at his tape. He's great in the middle of the field. The other thing is he is a very, very high caliber illusion. So you have to be on that guy. He is a very good decoy. So if you got another guy out wide on the opposite side of him, and that guy's used to getting doubled, now you can't do that because you don't know what Juju's going to do. Because he can go deep on you. He can take that defense deep on you. And now if you put him on the Chiefs and you got those weapons and you got to match up against Juju, goodbye.
Let me get that. So with him being in Pittsburgh, he was the man.
No, Antonio Brown was the man.
After Antonio Brown decided to go crazy and leave.
Yeah,
and he was never
number one.
All right, okay, but see, is he doesn't have to do anything. He's not even going to be the third option in Kansas City. It's still going to be it's still going to be Kelsey. It's still going to be Hill. It might be Gronk.
Hey,
I can only imagine.
1 year, $8 million with 6.5 guaranteed to Tennessee. What you mean?
Gronk and Juju?
No.
I'm not gonna get another banner.
They ain't gonna lose his panties and run around naked. He gonna run around butt ass naked.
I'm gone.
He gonna get a whole bunch of
it. And you know what?
You know what? This
look at that brown lightning.
That tattoo there.
Big boy.
I might just have to get the back piece to go with it.
Yeah, baby.
Big boy.
Back piece.
Green like this. Juju will get hurt in Kansas City.
I'll tell you this about Juju.
You want to take that back?
If you got Josh Gordon, you got the tight end, and you got what's the speedy guy's name again?
Hill.
I forgot.
You
got Hill, and you got Juju. Come on, man! You got to line up all four of those guys in man coverage, and you think zone's gonna stop them either? No way. You're insane.
Nobody's afraid of Juju like that, though. They'll let him catch passes. Nobody's afraid of him.
I'm not saying one-on-one. Come on, dude. That dude's special. Give me a break. He's not a number one. I agree with you there.
Okay.
But he is definitely a top-notch slot receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Top-notch slot receiver if you get him with a great number one and a great number two. And if you're getting Josh
Humphreys.
Man, you are just what you have in your drink
Adam
today before you got on the show?
I would take Adam Humphreys healthy over Juju Smith-Schuster.
But Juju came from the Steelers, and we all know how much hatred you have from the Steelers.
That's not even the point.
That's like talking about Dolphins stuff
Antonio Brown.
Just put my head. I'm gonna look like an ostrich. Put my head in the sand.
So I'll switch topics here. Another question that says, where do you think Christian McCaffrey's headed? This is gonna be the last way to talk, and then we gotta get almost wrap up. Injured reserve.
It's just his usage is so high. He's not a big guy. The first thing he's gonna go is straight to a medical tent.
I just think it depends on what they're going to ask for him. If they're asking for a third or a fourth, I think a lot of teams will be takers. But if they're asking for a one or a two, I don't think anybody's going to be after him because of that injury history. I mean, his upside is obviously there with his play when he's on the field. The problem is when he's not on the field, and that's the last few years has been the issue with him is he's not on the field. So, I mean, you really don't want to put out a lot of potential prospect picks for him because of that. So you want pay low and get high reward with that guy. That's the guy you want. You don't want to pay high because you're going to get burned in the end on that one if you do that. For Miami, I don't really want to see that. Yeah, he's a good name, but I don't want to see that. We've had a little bit too many injury-prone guys over the years, and I think I could speak for the whole fan base. I think we're ready for that to be over with. And I'm not really. I know I don't want him in Miami. If you want him in Dallas, Romero, or if you want him, Joey, or I mean, I would even say I wouldn't
Over
mind
the
seeing
King?
him.
You're funny.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Over
mind
the
seeing
King?
him. Hey, with King, with him.
No.
But that
We're
would
gonna
save his
draft-
legs. That
We're
would save
going to
his
draft
legs.
Ty from North Carolina.
Because you're the GM and you know.
What happened to Foreman?
Hey, Foreman's a beast. He's a free agent, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why I say he needs to go to Kansas City. But we're going to draft Ty from North Carolina. We need a scat back who can catch passes out the backfield. And guess what? He ran at the combine. He ran great routes. I want a scat back. I don't need another power back. I need a guy who can catch passes. If Julio Jones stays and he gets hurt, I want AJ Brown. I want Gronk with or a pass catching tight end. You know what I'm saying?
I think Gronk is not going to the Titans. I for sure think Gronk, if he's going anywhere, you're going to see him in a Bengal uniform because he already told Joe Burrow, hey, I want to play with you. And it's everywhere. I mean, he said it. I want to play with you since 12 is gone. So, I mean, you got Joe Burrow or you got Ryan Tannehill. Who you going to play with? Not Ryan Tannehill.
You don't play with Ryan Tannehill. You said Ryan Tannehill was one of the greatest quarterbacks.
Why you always put that on me? I never said he was the greatest damn quarterback. Now you got Dolphin Nation talking crap to me. I never once said he was the greatest quarterback ever. That never came out of my mouth.
You said underrated quarterback. And you used to throw all his stats on and what he used to do in Miami and all this. Yeah, I'm bringing up old stuff.
Let me tell you about SoCal. If you're wearing the Dolphin logo, I'm supporting you. I'm supporting you to death. But once you leave, he's your problem now, buddy. Not mine. Not mine.
Okay, now to answer the question about where McCaffrey would go, that's not cool. The only thing that would make sense,
call him Tannehill,
would be Atlanta.
Atlanta
just lost a wide receiver. They need another guy who can kind of go into that offense, and Arthur would use him really well. I think Christian McCaffrey in Atlanta.
They let go of Patterson. And Patterson was very unique within that play system.
Yeah.
And I think Christian McCaffrey can fill that slot. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see Patterson go to the 49ers and partner up with Debo, get them guessing on which way they want to hand it out.
Oh, man.
That'd be a good one.
Imagine that.
I wouldn't mind Patterson as a Dolphin either, honestly. I mean, especially since we're going to be running that offense.
I wouldn't mind McCaffrey as a Chief just because, I mean, I wanted another good running back. I mean, I'll take Patterson too as a Chief just because I want a physical running back. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really thrilled on Edwards-Helaire. But so we got some. Okay, I know a lot of people. Who's excited about spring football? I know SoCal, you're not. You're like, if it ain't the NFL, I ain't.
If it ain't the Dolphins, I don't care.
So
that's just how I am, man. If it ain't Miami, don't care.
So I like the spring football just because I like football, and I really enjoyed the XFL a couple years ago because we started. In fact, Two Outs and I were actually breaking down games left and right, and actually had our teams. So the USFL had their draft while we were gone, and just a couple. I found this kind of weird because could you imagine if the NFL did this? The first round was just quarterback. The second to fourth round was defensive ends, and the fifth to seventh round was offensive tackles. The 8th to 11th round was corners, and then the 12th round was quarterbacks again.
I think that'd be cool, man, if the NFL did that.
If that was it, that's how you draft.
If the NFL did that, it would be terrible. But for a startup league to doing this, and they want quarterbacks to kind of be the headliner, they need to sell good quarterback play. My Tampa Bay Bandits drafted, what's his name? He used to be a Chief and a Lion, and I forget what team he was.
Jordan Tamua. Yeah.
He's a good thrower of the football. I've actually seen him play in the XFL. Daniel, if you remember, he was one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the XFL the last season that they had the whole season.
Hey, I know you guys talk about USFL, but did you also hear about the new league that's going to come out? It's called Major League Football.
I haven't heard of that one. No.
Yeah. I was looking. It was on Twitter today. They're actually going to be competing with the USFL. It's called Major League Football. You guys should look into that.
Okay.
Spring football
right now.
Spring football league.
Because they had those they have the AAFL, I think it was during the XFL. I saw a couple other named quarterbacks that were drafted. Shea Patterson was actually the number 1 pick overall by the Michigan Panthers, but the Michigan Panthers also got former Denver Bronco Paxton Lynch.
Oh,
So maybe he will use this to get back into the league. I mean, that's what I'm wondering to see if these guys can actually get back into the actual National Football League. Use this as to get their skills up. I mean, that's why I kind of like it.
Sorry to what SoCal was saying about the Major Football League. 30-second play clock instead of the NFL's 40. 50-yard plus field goals will be worth 4 points, not 3, just like the NFL Europe. And the ground can cause a fumble. So with them, it was no catch.
Oh, that dude was dope. That dude was dope.
I'll take he hate me.
Yeah, I really like the XFL for doing that, for having those names on the back of them like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really cool back in the day.
Oh yeah, he hate me. Yeah, Ron Smart was awesome.
So my favorite non-NFL league, arena football. That to me was I loved it.
Well, that's because we almost played it.
LA Kiss.
I played semi-pro, and I was this close to arena.
Yeah,
I was coaching.
Yeah.
All right.
I was spectating.
So switching real gears, we got a video question. It's actually related to a video that True Wallace did a couple weeks ago. So let me play this and see what we got.
Hey, Sports Daddy TV crew. I want to hear your take on a question that Joey Tuwal had posted over the weekend on whether Harden was trash or a treasure. My personal take on it is that he's fool's gold. He may seem like a treasure during the regular season. However, in the playoffs, he's trash. I think the emergence of Maxey probably is going to be more help to Embiid than Harden will. And as for the addition of DeAndre Jordan, you Sixer fans better hope that Embiid can stay healthy, because if they have to rely on DeAndre Jordan, good luck. As a Laker fan, I saw him throw many passes into the third row, so good luck with that, Doc. I want to hear you guys' take tonight. Looking forward to the show, guys. Good night.
All right.
Well, to the question, I think a couple of things. I think it's a multifaceted question. One, I think James Harden needs other players around him that are elite. Two, he can't try to be the number one guy. He is not a number one guy. As long as he's going to try to be the number one guy, he's going to continue to burn and fail. He needs a supporting cast that is built above him. So Abib, is that how you say his name?
Joel Embiid.
I think he's a very good center, but he's not a number one scorer. He's not a scorer. So because he's not a scorer, I don't think that Harden will do great there. That's my take. The best you've seen Harden, I think, was when he was in Oklahoma. That's the best, I think. When he went to the Rockets, yeah, he was doing his thing, but he never did nothing with it, man. He needed other people to come and play with him. I think you're right, Romero. He's fool's gold. I agree with that.
I feel like Harden can be effective if there's other people on the team who have stronger personalities than him. Mm-hmm. If you let his personality consume the team, your team will crash and burn. And that's why I like Embiid, because even though Embiid doesn't get the points like that, his personality remains strong in Philadelphia. But he does get his own buckets, though. I give him that. He can get his own buckets if he needs to. Mm-hmm. But as long as Harden is kept in check and put some working on defense, he will play out for your team. He'll be worth the trade. I'm going to pass it to my boy right over there.
I'm actually curious about Big Chief Daddy on this issue real quick.
Ooh.
So in 5 games, James Harden averaged 25 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists, and only 3 turnovers. Okay, so I think in 5 games, it's just a small sample size. Okay, he is improving, and I think he has a little bit more to show you. I believe that it was a toxic. Now, it was a toxic in Brooklyn. It was a toxic in Houston, and it was a toxic in Oklahoma because he's a rental. He's not a guy that's going to stay there. He's going to be a typical journeyman. Now, he's not going to be the journeyman like a normal journeyman, but he's going to be for that season. I think, I'm thinking, yeah, like I said, I told Two Wallets, I said, Joe, pardon my eat your words as far as, how he's going to play. Because I think he's going to do good. And I wouldn't be surprised if this team finds themselves contending for an Eastern Conference championship with this team. Do I think they can beat Brooklyn? They can very close to being Brooklyn. I know they haven't really played anybody great. And the team that, if you add the only team that they actually played that had a winning record was the Heat, and they lost to them. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get pretty far in the playoffs.
So you think they're going to beat Kevin Durant 1-on-1?
I think they can. I think they can. I think that Simmons, even though they have Simmons and Durant, I still think I will take Philadelphia.
Okay. Just an FYI, when I say the big hurt, I'm talking about Joel Embiid because that's what he always is. He misses games every year.
Mr.
So
Big
you got
No
the
Knees.
big hurt. Huh?
Mr. Big No Knees.
I didn't know Frank Thomas
Walk
played
around like
basketball.
Patrick Ewing with those knee pads.
Frank Thomas plays basketball. I thought he was a Hall of Famer in baseball.
The big hurt. Remember that guy? That guy was dope, man.
Yeah, Frank Thomas called him and said, yeah, you can have my name, the big hurt. It's all good. So, and then on that, James Harden's production in the playoffs, and Kobe Bryant said it himself, as long as you're going to play that style, you're never going to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stick with that. So you got a guy who never raises his bar in the playoffs, the big hurt, and then Mr. I always lose game sevens as much as we have all loved Doc Rivers. You combined all three of that for one exciting out in the middle round.
Mm-hmm.
And then Maxey, I think he's the most underrated part in this whole scenario. But as far as James Harden being trash or treasure, I think Romero pretty much echoed my sentiment, which is, during the season, he's gold. And as Colin Cowherd put the stats on the television, 100% of the time he's going to get you to the postseason. But 0% of the times is he going to win a title. So is he going to beat Miami? We just got Victor Oladipo back to go. We can go 10 deep if we want. We have probably the 6th man of the year and possibly the defensive man of the year. Are they beating the Nets 1-on-1? I already said, if Ben Simmons is there and just being the Ben Simmons that we've always seen, I'm sorry. Joel Embiid is going to get beat up by Ben Simmons. He can't beat him 1-on-1. Atlanta, no. Cleveland, no. I don't see anybody else in the East that's going to beat Miami and or Philly, and Philly's going to come up short against Miami.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the second thing I'm going to get to real quick is Tiger Woods gets inducted to the Hall of Fame actually right this past just right before we went on. So Tiger Woods is now into the Hall of Fame. Guy changed the game back in the 90s for golf. He did what Michael Jordan did with basketball, with I'll even say the steroid era did to baseball. Tiger Woods, you guys have anything which is special, like memory of Tiger Woods real quick? Real fast. Anybody have anything?
Growing up in Los Angeles, golf wasn't a premier sport. And watching Tiger Woods play made me, SoCal, want to pick up clubs and go play. Anytime I went on the course, in my mind, even though I sucked, I obviously thought, okay, in a scenario, I'm Tiger Woods. And the only other time I did that is when I thought I was Michael Jordan in the driveway, So the guy was a legend, is a legend. Every kid wanted to go pick up a golf club and be Tiger Woods. I mean, I didn't even care about golf, and I had Tiger Woods the golf game on my PlayStation. And you know, the guy is transcending. He's just one of those. He's a Wayne Gretzky. He's a Michael Jordan. He's a Kobe Bryant. He's a Larry Bird. He's one of those. And more power to him. And that's good that he got that award because he's well deserving.
All right, big boy SoCal. All right, big boy 2 all damn things.
Tiger Woods to me will always be the face of golf in general. When you say the word golf, the only thing I'm thinking about is Tiger Woods. Now, in fact, he is the only golf player that I know. I've been on this earth for 28 years, and I can't give you the name of another golf player.
Joey can.
I got a couple.
Yeah.
I could guess some. I want to say Phil Mickelson.
There you go.
There you go. That's one.
Arnold Palmer, also a golf player.
Yeah.
Late great Arnold Palmer. There you go.
And I only know he's a golf player because he got a hospital.
I only know he's a golf player because of the drink. Give me an Arnold Palmer.
I was trying to give him what I was saying. VJ.
Oh, VJ Singh, yeah.
Growing up in the Bronx. Yeah, we do have a few golf courses in there, but when you think about golf, first and only thing that comes to your mind will always be Tiger Woods.
GG Rodriguez.
Hey, that dude was funny on the golf course. He used to make me laugh. Yeah.
I wish I had my golf club.
Yeah. Chi. Yeah, he was funny.
You know, Tiger Woods. This one, you know what? I kind of blame my cousin Darius. He started getting me into golf. He started talking to me about golf, 20 years ago. And when I started getting into it, it was Tiger Woods. Shooter McGavin! Sorry. So there was Tiger Woods, VJ Singh, and Phil Mickelson. Those 3 guys were dominating at the time. Tiger Woods is my Michael Jordan. He was always my greatest enemy. He was always a guy I wanted to see go down because of his greatness, not because I hated him. Like Jordan, okay, I hated Jordan. I never hated Tiger Woods, but he was always a guy's like, oh, come on, somebody please get him. Like, please. So my love-hate relationship, he's always going to be one of my greatest villains of all time. Jordan's on that list. Kobe's on that list. Tiger Woods is on that list.
My memory with Tiger is I always saw him when I was at my grandfather's. We'd always watch him. When it came to Masters time, it's like, I wonder if he's gonna repeat or win it again. And then the biggest thing is that he, because of his off the course issues, messed them up to where he would have tied and broke Jack Nicklaus's record. I don't think anybody's gonna ever come close to that again. But he transcended, and he brought my love back to golf. If I used to play golf, we play golf, and I used to watch golf here and there. But when he was like, is Tiger Woods playing? I mean, he was, I was since moving over here, I was like, the Arnold Palmer Invitational is right down the street from here. I was like, I'm gonna go see Tiger. Now I didn't get a chance to see Tiger Woods playing that thing. He didn't play in it, but I was hoping to go watch him because it's like that's another guy. That's a guy along with Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. I was kind of Michael Jordan, but not really because I was not that old as far as basketball. Guys that I didn't get to personally, I didn't get to see live in person. So those are the guys that I couldn't get to watch them all. So that's the one thing that's gonna stink when it comes to that. But it was great. But let's get into some final thoughts before we close out the show here. Who wants to go first?
All right. Let big boy go, big boy.
My New York teams need to do something. Desperately. The only team we got hope right now is for the Rangers. And I'm not sure how deep they're going to go if they make it in the playoffs. The Knicks, I don't know what happened. The Yankees ain't doing much in the offseason. Giants is abysmal. Islanders exist. Mets are doing something. But people, everybody that's with me on New York sports, we have got to talk to these teams and tell them to get it together. We have way too much money to be coming up with the stuff we are producing out there on the courts, fields, etc., playing field. That's my final thoughts on tonight.
All right, two wallets. Go ahead.
Just two quick little things real quick. Again, I want to thank everybody for their prayers. I'm still feeling a little pain, but I'm getting better, and hopefully I'll be back to 100 soon. And on kind of a funny note, I kind of want to see Jameis Winston go to Pittsburgh. I think with that dude's skill set, those wide receivers and that running back, I think that would be interesting. I wonder where they're at with their quarterback situation. I haven't heard anything about Pittsburgh yet. Have you guys?
Yeah, I have. They're going to be heavy for Deshaun if he's available. That's who they're waiting on right now. I mean, they already got a guy in Randolph, Mason Randolph, so he's already there. So, I agree with you on that. But that's who they're saying right now as their starter if it started today.
Yeah, we heard that in New York too.
Yeah, well, yeah, no doubt. yeah, I know.
All right. Trade him real quick.
So, Cal, what's your final thought?
Final thoughts is, first off, I want to thank, if you're seeing this on Twitter, I want to thank all 320 followers. We've been back on Twitter for a little over a month, and we're back up already to 320 followers at the Dolphin Show. So I want to thank you guys for that. I want to thank you for all the views that we're getting for the show. Also, my final thoughts are I'm waiting on free agency. I'm waiting for Monday at noon because it's going to come hot and heavy with this tampering period, and I'm all for it. I can't wait. You can actually find me at the Dolphin Show on Twitter. Come hang out with me. Come speak to me. Come say, hey, it's so-and-so. I saw you on the Coastal Bros. If you're a Dolphin fan, come chit-chat with me. Let's talk. Let's chap it up. Let's be friends. I'm ready, man. Hey, Sports Daddy TV, we're taking over the industry. We building it up. We're going to have you covered in every sport. We're going to start a wrestling show here pretty soon. So you're going to start seeing Sports Daddy TV on all sports platforms and all over the place. So we're growing. I would say if you're a writer, hit us up. We're going to need writers pretty soon that could do sports articles and whatnot. But we're growing. We're growing, and I'm ready. I'm waiting. Let's get it, guys.
So I got a couple final thoughts. One final thought is this. Patrick Mahomes, you need to restructure your contract because if you want to get in this business, you got to do exactly what Tom Brady did, and you got to give some money back to the Chiefs to help you out, or you're not going anywhere. And I understand you're young, but that's what the great ones do. They restructured their contract to help their team to get more. My other second final thought is this. MLB just canceled another week of their baseball season. So now we are down 2 weeks for baseball. I don't think we're going to get baseball back, folks. It stinks. It's horrible. It's all about money. It's all about taxes and where they want to go with it. I was hoping to do a nice, good baseball preview. I had Romero going to probably join me, but, we can't do nothing much. But I can do this also. I haven't told the guys this. I was told we should do something, and we are going to do this. We are going to start a Dad of the Week. Sports Dad of the Week. So if you are playing any type of a sport with your kids, daughters, sons, nephews, nieces, grandparents, email us at right there, sportsdaddytv@gmail.com. Right here. And you also show us the video. We will play this video. We will nominate you as our Sports Daddy Dad of the Week. Okay, that's going to be our new little thing we go. Also, don't forget video questions. We like video questions. We will answer them. We will follow the ones that we see live, but we like video questions as well. So send your video questions to us. Even if you have a video question for in the mic, send us those. If you have a video question because you're a big Dolphin fan listening to this show, send a video question to sportsdaddytv@gmail.com, and we'll play that for the Dolphin show. Also, Big Boy will be dropping his show soon for all you New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost close to coming by.
Instagram is being made right now.
So, other than that, you guys have a great night. Final thoughts from our Romero says we need to go watch the Winning Time Showtime of the Lakers on HBO Max. So maybe I'll go check that out.
I'll watch that
on my time off. But other than that, guys, you guys have a great night. We will see you guys later. Thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.
Fins up.